Thank you very much. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How's everybody doing today? Good to see you. Thanks for coming this morning. I see we have a lot of old timers back in class. Marwa, good to see you. John Barris, good to see you. It was wonderful having you in Psych 150, and I'm glad to have you back in 241. Good morning, everyone. Oh, and Imani Rasul is here as well. Good to see you too. If you want to and you've logged into your Google account, you can participate in the chat bar. Go ahead and type me a hello to tell me how you're doing. I see Aubrey Littell is in the classroom as well. How's my audio coming through? Is the video stream smooth? It's not choppy, I don't hope. Go ahead and give me a quick sound check on the broadcast quality. Okay, it's good. Cool. Thank you very much. Hi, Kaylee. Good to see you. Fantastic. All right. Welcome to my YouTube studio. This is where I do my live lectures every week on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Marwa, John, and Imani can all tell you about these YouTube broadcasts and whether they like them. But this is going to be my main studio for conveying information to the class. And I want to welcome you into it and tell you that I am glad to have you in class. Oh, and I got Ryan Wheeler too. Holy cow, feels like we're having a class reunion here. Fantastic. That's really cool. I'm sending you a link here in the chat bar. It's in the chat bar up top, but I'm going to send it to you one more time. Here's the attendance spreadsheet for for today's class. If you want, oh crap, Ola, I am sorry. Why did that happen again? Okay, should be better now. I've got a problem in my programming here I'm going to have to fix. I didn't mean to do that. But you should see the Google Doc here in the chat bar. Please fill that out. Oh, I know why it happened. I know exactly why it happened now. Please go ahead and fill that spreadsheet out so that you can get attendance for coming here live. Let's see, who do we have in the class? It looks like John's, of course, filled it out. Robert Underwood, good to see you. Thanks for coming. Ty Montgomery, good to see you too. Ashlyn Messer, it's good to see you as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not all of you have filled out the attendance form. Go ahead and fill that out so you can get credit for being in this class this morning. Amani, it's good. Amani, is it Amani? It's probably Amani. If I'm not saying that right, go ahead and type a phonetic pronunciation in the chat bar so I get it right. I want to make sure that I get that right. Good morning. Let's see. Andrea Nicole, good to see you. Thanks for coming. Ashlyn, great, fantastic. Everybody should fill out the attendance form that I have in the chat bar. We make sure that we get you. Hold on, I'm just going to watch it for a minute. I just want to make sure that we get everybody in here. It's kind of weird when you're online like this. It's hard to make sure that you've got everybody counted and checked and accounted for. So I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Ryan Wheeler, Imani, Aubrey signed in, Imani Russell, Cassette Reflin, Brittany Farrell. Yep, got you, Brittany. Ashlyn Messer, Ty got you as well. Clara got you as well. Marwa. Okay, fantastic. Just go ahead. You want to make sure you get your extra credit, right? We definitely don't want to miss out on our extra credit. At least I don't, right? Okay. At any point in this semester, wait a minute. Ronique, what's up, man? Good to see you. Thanks for coming to class, Ronique. I absolutely love Ronique from last semester too. Boy, we have a bunch of people from last semester in this class. That's absolutely fantastic. And Katie Bauer too. Wow. Huh. Fantastic. Great. It's good to see everybody. Oh, Ronique, if you go ahead and look up in the chat bar. Katie, look up in the chat bar. Make sure you fill out the attendance sheet so that you get credit for being in here. I see Juanita's filled it out. I'm still waiting on you, Ronique. Go ahead. I know you're here, Ronique, but if I don't write it down, I will forget it. I am that bad with things. Just to help you, I'm going to put it in the chat bar one more time. Uno mas. There you go. Go ahead and fill that attendance sheet out. It happened to me, and you know what? This is going to be a problem this semester. I'm going to have to figure out how to get this right. Okay, so we're all pretty much uh, logged in for attendance. That's great. Now, the reason I like to do this orientation is because my class sometimes can be a little bit confusing if it's the first time you take this class. I have this class set up so that if you want to do it like a traditional online asynchronous class and you want to do the course content whenever you want to do it, you can do that. If on the other hand, you're the kind of student that doesn't really like online classes and you want something that feels more like a real seated class, I have this class set up so that you can do it that way as well. And I have it set up so that you can bounce back and forth. If you want to be a live student for a couple of weeks and then you go on vacation and have to be an asynchronous student for a week, you can do it that way. So the class is set up so that you can choose between lots of activities, and this choice sometimes makes it a little bit confusing for students. So I wanted to have this quick chat to sort of give you an overview of what this class is about. Does anybody have any questions right now? Don't ever hesitate to type in the chat bar. I love your questions. And in fact, Ronique, Ryan, and Katie, and all of my other previous students, Imani, will tell you that when students are typing in the chat bar, things are much more interesting. So do not ever hesitate to type in the chat bar. In fact, unlike other classes, if you want to get in the chat bar and have a chat between 2 or 3 students and say things and talk to each other, you can actually talk in front of me. You can never talk to other students in class, but you know what? You can do that in this class. So feel free to type me a chat anytime you want to. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share the screen with you. Actually, do you see the screen? Actually, let me go ahead and put myself in it. Ta-da! Uh-oh, I got to take this out of the way. Ta-da! Got it. This is my Blackboard class. Welcome to my Blackboard class. If you look up here and down the side, you'll see the tabs: course entry, quiz, textbook, getting started, Chris's information, and all of these other tabs. Announcements, email Chris. One quick note: whenever you decide to send me an email, if you would, send me an email through Blackboard. I have a son named Chris Roddenberry Jr., who was a student here last year and last couple of years, and his email is still in the system. And a lot of times people will send emails to my son when they are trying to send them to me. I've already had that happen a couple of times. And you know what? He's great like any other 20-year-old kid. He helps me out when he can, but occasionally he forgets to forward emails. So I have had students say, "Oh, I sent you 3 emails and you haven't responded." I go talk to my son, and it turns out that he's received the emails and just hadn't gotten around to talking to me about it. So go ahead and use this email Chris function over here. Don't forget, you have to do the course entry quiz. It's actually due tomorrow night by midnight. Per school policies, if you don't do the exam, the course entry quiz by next Wednesday, I think it is. I forget if it's the 24th. Oh, actually, I can scroll down and see that. If you don't do it by, if you don't do it by, I forget what it is. Oh, wait a minute, course entry quiz. I'll just go ahead and click on it. If you don't do it by Wednesday, August 24th, I actually have to kick you out of the class. So make sure that you did it, okay? All right, so here's the deal. The most important thing for you to focus on in this class is the modules. Click on these modules. Now, as a matter of organization, what I'm going to do is I'm always going to try to keep the most current module on the top of the screen. So you'll see it's module 1, module 2, module 3, module 4, module 5, 6, 7, 8, and then the end of the class. Now, you'll see there's an exam folder at the top, and then there's an orientation folder at the top. anytime we finish something. So after this week, I'm going to move the orientation to the bottom of the screen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click right there and I'm going to send this down just like this. And then boom, what you're going to see is next week, the first thing on your screen is going to be module 1, and that's going to be there for 2 weeks. When we finish up module 1, I'm going to come back up here and I'm going to take that one and I'm going to move it all the way down as well. And what I'm going to attempt to do is always keep the module we're working on at the top of the screen. Now, the reason I tell you that is because if you ever want to go back and look at old modules, all you have to do is scroll down to the bottom of the screen and you will see the stuff that you are supposed to be doing. Uh-oh, I forgot to hit the select button, so it moved left the orientation at the top. But what I would do is I would click on that. I'm a typo king. Right here, no, right there. I'm going to hit submit. Now it disappeared. Okay, I'm sorry. There we go, module 2. So you see how we'll always have the top thing, the most current module on the top of the screen. Now, if you will, click in each module. Now, we have 8 modules covering 15 weeks. It starts next week. This week is sort of an orientation. I wanted you to be able to get your textbook, figure this class out, sort out any registration problems. We often have students who are late joining the class, so I like to just wait a week before I get started. So next week, we're actually going to start these modules. And you will have 15 weeks of classes, and we'll have 8 modules covering 15 weeks. All of your modules will be 2 weeks long, except for Module 8. Module 8 will only cover, I think it covers 1 chapter, actually 2 chapters, 19 and 20, and it's only 1 week long, okay? And so when you click on each module is going to look just like this. You'll notice we have the chapter resources. They're in blue, they're optional. We have your chapter objectives. We have your lectures, which are in black. Those are informational. And then you'll notice we have our collaboration and activity and our homework. Those are in red. They are mandatory. And then you'll notice down here for the next chapter, I have chapter objectives. I have your 2 lectures, and I have your homework, okay, in red. So each folder is going to be organized this way. These are your chapter resources. You'll notice in there you have 2 chapters, chapter 3 and chapter 4. You can click in them, and what you're going to notice is that I will have web links, YouTube videos, and other things that are of interest. Now, these are blue, so they are not mandatory, so they're not going to be on the exam, but they're for students who want more information about the things that we're talking about in class. You know what? Let me go ahead and disappear real quick. Boop. Is that better? Okay, I don't want to get in the way of you. All right, now, here's the deal. Each week, I'm going to cover a couple of chapters. And actually, towards the end of this class, I'm going to be covering 4 chapters a week. Let's see, 1, 2, 4 chapters a module. So each module, I'm going to cover somewhere between 2 and 4 chapters. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide you the chapter outcomes, what I want you to get from these lectures. And then I've got 2 lectures, one on Tuesday and one on Thursday. These are in YouTube, just like the orientation that we're having today. These are voluntary activities. They're provided for those students who would rather have a teacher lecture and talk to them, teach them the material. A lot of students I've talked to don't like online classes because they say, I have to teach myself. There's nobody to teach me. Well, you know what? I'm going to give you 2 hours of lecture every week. Let me go ahead and I'm going to go back to my screen so I can say, I'm going to give you 2 hours of lecture every week. You'll see we have the Tuesday lecture and the Thursday lecture. Those lectures occur live at 10 a.m. on Tuesday and Thursday. If you log in live with me at 10 a.m., you can do exactly what you're doing right now. You can ask questions, you can make comments, you can chat with each other, you can have a full classroom experience. Now, if you can't come at 10 o'clock, no big deal. These live links are also recordings as well. So if you want to be taught, but you can't make it at 10 a.m. because you have a job, no big deal. You can watch it anytime it's convenient for you. The only thing you won't be able to do is ask me questions, and I do apologize about that. So I hope you watch these. They're for you, but how you use them is really up to you. Now, each of these chapters, I'm going to cover a PowerPoint. So for example, if you look right here, now I'm standing in a PowerPoint for my introductory psychology. I should be in a PowerPoint for my introductory psychology class, but I am not. Such is life. Let's see, can I switch screens now? No, I cannot switch screens now. Yes, I can. Okay, fantastic. All right, so what you can do, oh, I know what my problem was. Never mind, don't worry about it. Never mind, I don't have that set up. So I'll have a PowerPoint. Each week I'm going to cover a PowerPoint. So you see chapter 3A PowerPoint and chapter 3B PowerPoint. These are the PowerPoints that I will be lecturing of. I was going to show you what they look like and impress you, but I don't have that screen set up yet. So these are the lectures for each week. Now, we have 2 graded activities every module. We have a collaboration activity and we have a homework activity. And we have 3 graded activities, 2 homeworks, and a collaboration activity. Now, those of you that were in my class last semester, we're going to change the collaborations a little bit. You're going to have to do fewer collaborations than you did last time, okay? So here's the deal. For the collaboration activities, remember I have this set up so that you can do it asynchronously or synchronously. So John, Ronrik, Imani, Katie, Ryan, we're only doing one collaboration activity every 2 weeks now, okay? And so you're going to have how I'm changing it from last semester is we're going to do the discussion board part 1 where you make your initial post. That's going to be due 1 week. And then you're going to have a second week to respond to other people's comments. So you'll see starting, actually, let's go down to, let me go back to the first module so it's not confusing for you. Actually, maybe confusing for you anyhow. So starting next week, we're going to have a collaboration activity. Next Thursday, you're going to have to do the first discussion board part, and then the following week, you'll do the second discussion board part. Now, if you click on that link, you'll see it gives you options. You can do the discussion board. Click on this link right here, and it will take you to this discussion board. How many of you have not done this right? I had a couple of people tell me that they like this better, and I found that we weren't getting as good of an interaction. Cool, I'm glad you like it. I was worried, but I appreciate the positive. Sweet. All right. Thank you, folks. Cool. There you go, folks. Look at that. I'm getting some live instant validation on YouTube right now. I know. Fantastic. Holy cow, what a guy. One discussion board every 2 weeks. Absolutely, Cosette. Now, how many of you have not done a discussion board before? If you haven't done a discussion board before, go ahead and type in on the in the chat. But I'm assuming that each and every one of you, being that this is a higher level psych class, have probably done discussion boards here at Wake Tech. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go back for a second. All right, so you can do the discussion board. Thank you, Ashlyn. Now, the other thing you can do, some people don't love discussion boards. If I'm being honest, I'm a mouthy person that likes to talk. I'd prefer not to do a discussion board. I'd prefer to have a webinar and talk with people. So if you prefer, you can do your collaboration activity. Instead of doing the post and the 3 replies to other people, you can just come to the webinar in Microsoft Teams. Since we have 8 discussion boards, Cosette, we're only going to have 8 webinars. And the webinar always occurs on the first Wednesday of the module. This is the part that's going to get confusing, and I'm going to use the remind text to make sure that you don't miss any webinar opportunities. So next Wednesday at August 24th from 6 p.m. to 6:45, we are going to have a webinar in Microsoft Teams. Okay, if you want, you can come to that webinar. Here's the deal. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to, that you're coming. You don't have to make a reservation. You don't have to choose one or another up front and let me know. You can just show up if you want. It's really up to you. If you do the webinar, and the neat thing is you can do the webinar 1 week and you can do the discussion board 1 week. I really don't care. It's up to you, however you want to interact in this class. The discussion board is asynchronous and allows you to do the work anytime. The webinar is a set scheduled thing, but it provides social interaction for you. You can do either or to complete your activity. No, Brittany, I am going to put the webinar, I wanted to wait until after the first date. I knew if I just didn't want I knew if you got an email saying that meetings had been set up in Microsoft Teams, there would be people asking me if we were going to meet last night. So I wanted to wait until after last night. So sometime today, I will put the meeting dates in webinar, in calendar. Brittany provides a really good point. How do I access the webinars? Some students have that question. I don't have Teams running right now. It eats up RAM and ruins my broadcast. But Brittany's pretty much described how you do it. You open up Microsoft Teams, make sure you log in using your WakeTech password as soon as you open up Microsoft Teams, and then you go to your calendar. And next week at 6 p.m., you will see a purple box for our meeting. Click on that box, it'll give you the option to join, and voila, you will be in the meetings. There's only one webinar every 2 weeks, Cassette. That's the only downside of this, is that I'm giving you one webinar every 2 weeks. Oh, thanks. There you go, John. Also, folks, if you know the answer to somebody's question in the chat bar, help a busy teacher out and go ahead and type in your own response. Yeah, the webinars are cool. I try to show you really cool things. I try to get you to talk, and hopefully it's sort of a free-for-all where we can let our hair down and have a little bit of fun and get to know each other. Now, here's the deal. I always have type A students. I want the extra credit. I have to get the extra credit. How can I earn extra credit? Well, here's how you can earn extra credit. If you do the discussion board properly, both weeks, and attend the webinar, I will give you 2 points extra credit. We only have half as many webinars, Imani, but I'm still going to give you all the extra credit. So you can earn 14 points worth of extra credit. We don't have a webinar the last week because it's course evaluations, but for the first 7 modules, you can earn 2 points extra credit. These webinars are at night. They are on Wednesdays from 6 to 6:45, Cosette. 6 to 6:45. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Now back to module 1. All right, then every week you have a weekly homework. A lot of students say, man, these weekly homeworks are kind of redundant and a little bit boring. Yes, they are. But every week I have to make sure that you have somehow or another looked at the book, looked at the PowerPoints, or come to my lecture. I have to do that. I know these are a little bit boring and redundant and repetitive, but basically they're a content check that I do every week. So every Friday night at 11:59, you will have to do a homework assignment. These homework assignments are going to be multiple choice, matching, and true or false. These homework assignments, you can do them. You can take, what's wrong with homework number 1? Oh, covers chapter 1. Okay, covers chapter 1. 10 questions. Okay, so I only have 10 questions for the first one. Actually, I got to fix this. The points are all messed up. I got 11 questions and 10 points. I'm not giving you 110 points for this. I'm going to have to figure something out. Crap. Or maybe I might have to, actually. Okay. So here are the quiz. You go through and you can answer the quiz. Take your time. You can stop this. You can start this. You can use your books and your notes. If you want to stop the homework, you hit save all answers and it will save your answers. You can then close it out and come back and finish your homework later. When you've done all of your answers and you think you've got this right, you can hit save and submit. When you hit save and submit, your homework is turned in. I'm sorry. Oh, boom. When you hit save and submit, you see I was hovering over the save and submit buttons right here. You'll see where they are. This is where you save it, and this is where you turn your homework in. You can only do your homework once, so make sure that you get it right before you turn it in. And then if you'll go to homework number 2, begin. Oh, I haven't put that in yet. Oh man, I can't believe I made a mistake on homework number 1. And I'll bet you $1 somebody's already started it. And that means I can't change it. Dadgummit, extra credit on the first assignment. I hate that. You folks are winning and winning and winning. Look at that. You keep getting extra credit. I can't help it. All right. And then the second week, you'll have the Tuesday and Thursday lecture, Chapter 2A, Chapter 2B, and then you'll have another homework question that you have to turn in. Overachievers and $1. Yeah, right, Ryan? Dadgummit. All right, and so this is how the modules are going to work. And there are 8 modules. Each module is going to cover 2 weeks. Module 2, Module 3, Module 4, Module 5, Module 6. Now, Module 7 is a little bit special. Module 7 occurs over the Thanksgiving weekend, okay? This is the Thanksgiving weekend. Actually, wait a minute. Hold on, whatever. Yeah, okay. Let me go back and look at that again. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling and probably making everybody sick. Now, Module 7 occurs over Thanksgiving weekend. Okay, so homework 14 is homework 14 this week is Thanksgiving week. Why is this chapter all whacked out? Week one. Okay, I only have one lecture on. There we go. I need to move that up. I need to move that. No. Oh, I know what I was doing. I'm sorry. Sometimes I confuse myself. Okay, so this week right here, I've moved the lectures up. Instead of Tuesday and Thursday on Thanksgiving week, we're going to have a Monday lecture and a Tuesday lecture. And the homework and the discussion board, the second part of the discussion board, are going to be due on November 28th, okay, which is Sunday instead of Thursday and Friday. So for Module 7, in observance of Thanksgiving, your discussion board and your quiz are going to be moved back to Sunday, okay? It was great to meet you too. All right, so bye, Brittany. I hope she's not gone yet. Okay, so that's going to be Module 7. Now, Module 8 is only 1 week. And instead of a discussion board, you will have to do the course evaluation. And we'll talk about how to do course evaluations. Those of you who are a student of mine have already done the course evaluations. For those of you, I see a couple of people starting to leak off of the channel. Go ahead, be sure to complete the course attendance form to make sure you get credit for being here today. Remember, I told you that I was going to provide you with extra credit. Here's the document. You'll see right there. If you look in the chat bar, I've got a Google Doc. Please fill that out. Please fill that out for me. Okay? I want to make sure you get credit for being here today. All right. So let's go back to this, and I want to, oh, cool. Excellent. All right. Now, the one last thing I want to talk about before I let you go, the exams, the exam folder. You'll see the exam due dates. Exams are always due on a Sunday. They will always be available Friday mornings. They will always be due Sunday nights. Let's look inside the exam folder. And what you're going to notice is, number one, there's instructions for the lockdown browser. Go ahead and download the lockdown browser. You will need it to take these exams. There are instructions if you need, and if you need help, text me and I will do the best I can. This is my first semester using the Respondus lockdown browser. Now you'll see each exam is linked here in red. If you look in this folder right now, you won't see these exams because they are hidden. See, this item is hidden from students. It will be available after Friday, September 16th at 9 a.m. and it is due Sunday, September 18th by 11:59 p.m. Now, here's the deal. Here's the deal. For the exams, you cannot stop and start your exam. You have 60 minutes to do the exam. Once you start the exam, you must complete the exam. Okay? Now, these exams are proctored. You are not allowed to use your notes or books or anything to help you. Now, what I'm doing is using the lockdown browser to at least prevent you from using websites and other resources as you take the exam. Okay, so these exams will be due available on Friday. They will be due on Sunday night. You are not allowed to use your notes and other stuff to help you with them. Now, how many of you liked? How many of you? How many of you liked the exam review sessions that we did last semester for Psych 150? Did you find those exam reviews helpful? I'm going to go ahead and wait and see if we get a response here. Did you find those helpful at all? Okay, John Barris, absolutely. 100%. Okay, so here's the deal, folks. I'm not doing them on Friday anymore. I'm going to be doing them on the Thursday before the exam is even available to give you even a little bit more time. So what I'm going to do on Thursdays, the Thursday before the exam becomes available, you will find a link in here to a live review session. And it will be, so the first exam becomes available. Let's see if we go to the exam folder. This exam 1 becomes available on Friday, September 16th. So on Thursday, September 15th, I'm going to have a review session. And what I do is I open the exam so that I can see it and you can't. And I basically go down each and every question, trying to give you as many hints as I possibly can so that you can do well on the exam. Since we're using the Respondus browser, I'm probably going to give you even a little more help on these review sessions to make your test performance even better. Okay, now if you can't make it to the live orientation, no big deal. I'll do them on YouTube, and they will be a YouTube link recording, just like this is going to be a recording after you're done. And you should feel free to watch them as many times as possible. All right. Now, the only exam that's a little bit different is your final exam. Instead of making it due on Sunday, December 4th, I'm making it due on Wednesday, December 7th. Because we have that whole exam week, I wanted to give you a couple of extra days to finish the final exam. I know that, Katie, and I do appreciate that, but it's just one of those control features that I've had to institute. Okay, now, if you just got here, make sure you sign in on the attendance sheet that's in the that's in the chat bar right now, and let me know that you were here today so that I can give you extra credit. I've got a lot of things going on today, so I may not get your extra credit recorded today, but I will definitely have it recorded tomorrow by 12 p.m. All right, does anybody have any questions? I've taken 34 minutes of your time, which is 4 more minutes than I had allotted myself. I do apologize for that. Everybody ready for a good semester? Everybody ready for a good semester? I sure hope so. I'm looking forward to meeting you and getting to know more about each and every one of you. Um, uh, you can work a little bit ahead on your homework. However, I'm still putting the quizzes, homework assignments in Blackboard. So it's probably going to be a week before all of the homework quizzes are loaded into Blackboard, John. But that's a good question. The only thing you won't be able to work ahead on is your discussion boards, because communication in the class is supposed to be paced. In order for us to do these interactive activities like discussion boards and the webinar, you can't really work ahead on those, if that makes sense, John. But in terms of doing the homeworks, yeah, I have no problem, especially if you're going to have a difficult week and you want to go ahead and get a little bit ahead because you're going on vacation somewhere or you've got a tough week at work. That would be completely fine. Okay. You can do it with or without the browser is what Brittany says. You can do it with or without the browser. Yes, absolutely. All right. So for the first exam, I'm going to try it without the video, and I'm going to look at the pattern of grades, and I'm going to see if we need to institute a little more control in the class. So it will all depend upon how well you students behave on the first exam. I don't see no questions by Katie Bauer. Everybody ready for this semester? Doggone it, folks. You better come on now, give me a little feedback there. Do you want to be in this class? Come on now. You're not talking enough. Exactly. It's a controlled study. Come on now. Are you ready for this semester? Well, at any rate, I'm going to go ahead and very interactive. I feel great about the semester already. Fantastic. A great semester. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Fantastic. Give me a little feedback here. I'm staring at a computer screen. I need a little love, folks. All right. Cool. Folks, you have a great day. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to send me a remind text. You can send me an email. If you want, we can pop into Teams and have a chat. I'm here for you, and I hope to be as available as I hope to be incredibly available to you all semester long so that you can really be successful in this class. You folks have a great day, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.